Hi everyone, my name is Matthieu LABEAU. I'm COO and co-founder of PresenZ. And today I'll present you our project PresenZ and how we intend to make advantage of the possibilities offered by 5G and cloud computing. What we want to offer at PresenZ is the opportunity for the viewers to be teleported inside their favorite movies with the image quality that they are used to from Hollywood blockbusters or photorealistic design or architecture visualization. And we also want to enable hundreds of thousands of talents that developed amazing skills in 3D to apply this knowledge to XR without having to compromise on quality. Those talents are creating beautiful movies and designs. With PresenZ, they can reuse this material to create perfect XR experiences. We make this possible because PresenZ plugs in the standard 3D animation pipeline. Artists can create in PresenZ in a few clicks and don't need to change anything in their original assets. PresenZ is just a different output format that matches the visual quality of a 2D render. Let me give you more details about the technology itself and the difference with flat image. When you compute a flat image or a 360 movie, you do it from a single point of view. PresenZ allows you to do it from an entire volume that we call the zone of view. It is here represented around the head of the sitting character on the left of the slide. The size and shape of this volume is not fixed. It can be chosen by the artist before rendering the image. For very large spaces, you can also render several boxes next to each other. You can even place those volumes at different locations in space and move physically from one image or a movie to another. To carry all the information needed to look from different perspectives, we created a hybrid display format that is mostly made of a point cloud. This format is different from other point cloud technologies because there is no hole or artifacts. So you can have a perfect image when watching the movie, like in this complex computer-generated water simulation that I'm going to show you now. This is an actual capture of what is displayed in the headset. It is running smoothly at 90 Hz on a high-resolution headset. The benefit of keeping the 3D pipeline intact is that the usual tools to create high-end water simulations with high-quality rendering using ray tracing, global illumination, reflections, refraction can be applied, and at the end, you have a perfectly and truly immersive experience. We produced ourselves the first movie in PresenZ, Construct VR. We wanted to show that complex assets and animations that were not created for XR but for a standard movie could be reused as is for an XR experience. The original piece is from Kevin Margot. We took the original max scenes and re-rendered them in PresenZ. We did a lot of tests in terms of camera positions and movements, cuts, close-ups, user scales, etc. We only had the length of animation that had been created for the standard movie. And this is the reason why we experimented also with hard cuts. And it worked pretty well, actually. The movie was supposed to be an experiment only, but audience liked it. It has been selected in many festivals, won 2 Lumiere Awards in 2018, was distributed, and has been often used by technical partners to explore what kind of setup works with VR distribution. Like what kind of seat, like kind of sound system, etc. Come back to that later. The magic is that with 5G and cloud computing, such a movie could be streamed at home without any problem. I'll come back to that later, but first, let's watch a trailer. In the last years, we have done different tests with Hollywood blockbusters assets, and the studios were always impressed by the quality of the results. The problem was the distribution. The limitations we have for the moment are that PresenZ movies are quite large and then not streamable. PresenZ also requires some graphical power and doesn't run yet on standalone devices such as the Oculus Quest. We are working on a standalone solution, but it will still take some months to be ready. Together with our partners, we experimented different solutions for location-based VR setup. Standing in a limited area in the Dubai shopping mall, that's the image you see on the left. On moving chairs like the iconic engine or the Onirix ones that we deployed in different LBVR. We also experimented with common immersive sound for several people at the same time. We did that with DTS. But there are different elements that make the distribution of movies in VR arcades complicated. The audience is coming in groups to play games, they don't want to watch movies. The setups are quite expensive, or even very expensive. And you can only watch a movie once, so the audience is not really coming back for the same content. The consequence is that VR cinemas are really not developing fast. Also, if you analyze the trends, they are definitely showing that more and more movies or series are watched at home. Streaming is booming, and the current pandemic is pushing this trend. Numbers are also showing that VR adopters like to watch cinematic in their headsets and not only play games. So basically for us, it's mostly at home that people will watch immersive movies, and later maybe in public transportations, self-driving cars, etc. But people are not equipped with VR-ready PCs at home and won't buy such expensive hardware. The sales of the Quest 2 showed that the market will develop in the direction of mobile XR. The key of the success of XR movies is clearly the streaming to standalone devices. This is where cloud computing combined with 5G or Wi-Fi 6 can prove itself extremely useful by allowing to stream very high-end content to lightweight standalone headsets. The process is the following. The headset tracks the position of the user, sends the information to the data center where the PresenZ movie, the full point cloud, is hosted. Only the correct stereo image according to the user's position in space and the sound is streamed back to the headset. 5G and Wi-Fi 6 combined with cloud computing are allowing for the information of the position, the computing, and the streaming of the image to happen fast enough for the user to have a perfectly smooth experience. We are currently working with different partners on the compression of our point cloud so that it can run easily on standard servers like Amazon Web Services wants. It's almost ready. We are also one of the early partners of NVIDIA for their Cloud XR project. We have been testing the system on different servers and configurations. I cannot tell you all the details, but it showed that it works perfectly fine with 5G, and also that the servers don't need to be on the edge, actually. We have tested with servers located at several hundred kilometers without any issues. This means that we have a way to stream our impressive and realistic movies to lightweight headsets, such as the Unreal one that you see in the middle picture. This headset released in Korea is powered by 5G compatible phones and costs $300 in bundle with a phone. On the right image, you can see the form factor of another headset, the Pico one, that is not yet released, but soon to be released, compared to a Quest. And it's very exciting because you see that it's much, much smaller. The audience is already used to buy content through platform and VOD, so there will be no disruption on that side. And this is clearly something that opens a lot of new perspectives for Hollywood studios. They were until now keeping VR for gaming and marketing initiatives, but now they start to understand that the distribution of real XR movies will be soon possible. And this is of course very interesting for telcos as well. Some of them created recently the Global XR Content Telco Alliance, an instrument to push together 5G and XR non-gaming entertainment. This initiative is very good for the industry. We'll probably join it soon. Our technology is also used in the architecture and design industries. But for our B2B customers, distribution is also key. We are working mostly with marketing and sales teams. They don't want to see cables anymore and are also looking for ways to deliver their content easily to the final customer. For that, there are two solutions: either some wireless system from a computer, like virtual desktop, or cloud computing and 5G. And 5G is key here because it's independent from the quality of the internet connection at the end user's place. 5G is stable and defined in terms of bandwidth and latency. So your salesman can travel only with a headset and a 5G router, or you can even send the same package to your end customer with a server access, and he or she will be able to enjoy the full experience, and you are pretty sure of the quality that you are delivering to him or her. This is the kind of deployments that our clients are putting in place for the moment. So as you see, 5G and cloud computing is something that we'll use commercially very soon, as early as beginning of 2021. It will really push our entire project in the XR industry in the next years. Thank you very much for listening to me. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot. And you can also drop me an email on the contact email that you see right now. Thank you very much, guys.